From London to New York and around the world, from the stage to the big screen, the worldwide phenomenon returns. The original, record-breaking production returns to Cleveland. Mamma Mia! Celebrate the 25th anniversary of the most exhilarating smash hit musical ever. Fall in love all over again with Mamma Mia. Coming to Cleveland January 30th through February 4th. Get tickets at playhousesquare.org.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to Cleveland Stage Door. My name is Jimmy Davis. We have a very lovely guest this week. We have Kristen Amanda Smith. Welcome, Kristen, to the show.
Hey, so excited to be here.
You are from Mean Girls, and you're coming to town to E.J. Thomas Hall, and you play Gretchen. Is that right?
Yes.
Tell me what do you what's your favorite part about playing in such an iconic show? And do you love the color pink as much as the movie portrays?
Yes, pink has always been my favorite color. So I guess I'm perfect for this. Being a part of such an iconic show is incredible. It's a feeling that I can't find the words to describe truly. I've watched the legacy of the show happen ever since I was younger, when I was turning on Mean Girls on Netflix with my friends, or like watching the national tour pass through my college's town and getting to see all these other casts before me do it, and now I get to do it. It's just like, it's so nice to be a part of that family now.
I was going to say, what was your reaction when you got casted for the show?
Oh, I broke down in tears. So it's actually a funny story, but long story short, I didn't have representation. So I just got an email from the casting director that was like, hey, Kristen, phenomenal work yesterday. Thanks for coming in. We just wanted to let you know that an offer for Gretchen will be coming your way shortly. Congratulations. And I broke down in tears, and like my dad was screaming, my mom was screaming. It was crazy in my house that day.
That's amazing. That's so cool. And just to tell everybody, Mean Girls is coming to E.J. Thomas Hall, part of the Broadway in Akron, this weekend, November 13th and 14th. Tickets are available on Ticketmaster.com. So let's talk about your past real quickly. So if I read correctly, you were in Sister Act. Is that right?
I was, yes.
And you played Dolores. Tell me about that.
That was actually in high school.
Was it? Oh, wow.
Yes, it was my junior year of high school, and it was the second full-length musical I have ever done. The year before that, we did Legally Blonde, and I got like a pretty good role in that as well. But then the next year is when I started to take like my voice lessons more seriously, my dancing more seriously, and I was like, okay, like I want to do the musical again. And yeah, playing Dolores is so amazing, like especially for someone who, like, for Black women who don't have a lot of roles in this industry. It was so nice that my school was able to do that and give me that opportunity, and to cast it in such an authentic and real way. Yeah, it was really something special to be a part of.
So let me ask you this: what is your dream role so far? So, like, what would be like? Oh my God, I got it.
Okay, I've been thinking a lot about this recently because I was asked this in another interview and I like didn't know what to say. But I think I really would love to be in Hamilton. Eliza is a dream role for me. I mean, any one of those sisters would be amazing to play, but I would love to play Eliza in Hamilton. Yeah, right now I think that's my top.
What's your favorite song of Eliza's?
Ooh.
Oh, I got to stump you on that one.
Ooh, I love That Would Be Enough. That Would Be Enough is so beautiful.
Yeah.
I love that song. Burn is a classic. You have to love Burn. And then all of her songs are amazing. Helpless is like such a little like bop. I love it. It's
Right,
so fun.
right,
Yeah.
right, for sure. And let's talk about this. So this is not your first US tour. So tell me, is your favorite city you visited so far?
Um, ooh, that is a good question. I would say Bloomington, Indiana.
Oh, oh, okay. And
Yes.
how come?
And we were on IU's campus. They were so gracious and kind to host us in their on-campus hotel, and it was gorgeous. There was absolutely beautiful. Like there's nothing like a Midwest fall. Like I'm from the city, and I can even admit like the Midwest fall is so stunning and so beautiful. Like it takes the cake.
Yes, I agree. I agree. I Cleveland is beautiful during the fall time. When we
Yeah,
have that like 2 weeks of like fall weather here. Now it's
yeah,
winter. I hope you brought
yeah.
your winter jacket because it's snowing here right now.
Oh, I'm prepared. I'm prepared.
So let me ask you this. If you were looking at a younger you, what is one piece of advice you would tell yourself about touring? Like what is one thing that you would tell yourself not to do or
Um,
to do?
I would tell myself to be kind to myself and to be kind to those around me because touring is a very, very stressful process, even though it's such a great opportunity. And I'm so grateful to be here and I wouldn't trade it for anything in the world. It takes a toll on your mental health. It takes a toll on your body. It takes a toll on, the relationships in your life. And it's really important to stay focused and to take care of yourself, whatever that means for you, like sleeping enough, making sure you're eating, making sure, you're warming up enough, warming up your body. Um, yeah, it's like just taking those precautions and those preventative measures in order to be the best that you can be, and knowing that every day is not going to be your absolute best. And that's okay because you're a human and every venue is different. So there's going to be things that are going to happen that might not have happened the night before, and you learn how to roll with it. And it might be frustrating in the moment, but it's kind of part of the game and the process to just figure out how to push through. Like that's actors, that's what we're paid to do.
Yeah,
So,
yeah. And I hear that so much. So if you're a young actor, treat yourself better when you're out on the road.
yes,
Give
yes,
yourself breaks. Make sure
yes.
you treat your voice best because literally if you go back to every interview I've done in the last 4 months, every single person has said the same exact thing where
Yeah, it's
they
so important. It's so important. And I think
Mhm.
when you're young, you kind of think that you're invincible and you can, do it no matter what. And touring will teach you very quickly. I mean, doing any contract will teach you, but especially touring will teach you like, no, like there needs to be some kind of upkeep.
It's gonna
Um,
humble you real quickly, right? So let's jump back into the show. So Mean Girls, what do you think is like the biggest differences between the show and the movie? Like, what do you think has changed? Like, is there any big differences between the show and the movie?
Oh, there's huge differences. I mean, there's a lot of the same iconic lines in the musical that you heard in the movie, but then there's also some new ones, which are nice little surprises for the audience who might have never seen the musical before. Obviously, we have amazing, huge, phenomenal dance numbers and musical numbers. Um, our ensemble in the show is phenomenal. Every single one of them is so incredibly talented and they do a job every night of doing that insane choreography. It's crazy. Um, but yeah, the choreo, the music, the new lines are all different from the movie. And I think that they add a little extra spice to the stage production.
There you go. There you go. And let me ask you this: like, is there like everybody always sees like the typical front characters of Gretchen. Is there anything like deep down that like a backstory of Gretchen that people don't pick up on right away in the show? Like, is there anything like people should pick up on or look for that they don't
I
really pick up on?
Yeah, I think that surface area, like surface level Gretchen, that people might automatically see is like, oh, just an insecure girl that's trying to please her best friend or just wants attention or wants like some kind of validation. And while that might be true, um, I think Gretchen has probably gone through a lot of things with Regina, with like, you know, maybe family at home and like is actively looking for that validation as like a survival tactic to, you know, be able to continue to live her life even though she might not know exactly who she is. She kind of feels like that's her way of finding herself, is like, if everyone likes me and everyone thinks that I'm great and amazing and everyone knows that I'm rich and I have this and I have that, then that is my value and I automatically become valuable. And I think she has to have gone through a lot of not so great things to have to resort to that kind of mentality. Like, you know, being a person of color playing Gretchen, for me, I go back to things that I went through in my own life of like not being black enough, not being Hispanic enough, you know, like being that mix of two different ethnicities is it can be rough on a person. And, you know, I spent my whole life trying to erase that part of myself. And for me, I make that part of Gretchen's story because that is what gives me the fuel and the information that I need to portray the character in the most authentic way for myself, if that makes sense.
That makes complete sense. That makes complete sense. All right. Well, that is all for today. Kristen, thank you so much for joining us. This was such a great conversation and so meaningful. Mean Girls is coming to town November 13th and 14th, 2023, the EJ Thomas Hall, a part of Broadway in Akron. Tickets are available on Ticketmaster.com. Come see Kristen and the entire cast of Mean Girls. They're only here for 2 days. Some great seats have been made available, and just for y'all for watching and listening, we have a special preview for you all that the show has sent over to us. So tune into this. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see y'all next week. We'll talk A Girl from a North Country and our experience at Newt and our experience from Mean Girls. So I'm going to see the show and I'm going to say how I liked it. So we'll see how it is. We'll see y'all next week. Thank you so much.
Bye.
Peace out. Bye, y'all. Thanks, Kristen. Thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having me.